I see psilocybin mushrooms as a great tool for personal healing, as a great tool for healing relationships, and as an amazing tool to discover yourself.
The first time when the mushrooms came into my life, I was this young guy who was really curious. I was 18 years old. And immediately I felt that they gave me this homecoming. They gave me this feeling of who I really am and how I experience the nature.
I am Maya. I'm 46 years old. I'm a mother of 2 grown children, and I am really living my life purpose here. I was 19 when I started working at the mushroom store in the Netherlands. There one thing led to another, and from that moment on the psychedelic have been really played a main role in my life.
My name is Mark Huzer. I am 44 years old. And when I was around 20, I was the manager in a smart shop, the same as Maya. That's really nice. But that was still really recreational. I did a lot of reading when I worked in a smart shop, but there was no internet, there was nothing known about shamanism, and that was like in the end of the 90s. And in 2006, there were a series of events in my life that I really decided that, okay, time is so precious, I want to do something meaningful.
The Earth Awareness Center is promoting a natural lifestyle, and that's really done in so many different things. It involves art, it involves health, it involves consciousness, it involves community. So in this way, Earth Awareness has been organizing gatherings for the people for many years already.
We live off-grid. That means that we have our solar panels, we have our water from the ground, we have our veggie garden that really gives us a connection with the rhythms, with the seasons.
Coming to our place is also coming in our personal space, because we live here, not in the nature temple, but the nature temple is in our garden. And for us, it's not a job. It's a way of life, it's a lifestyle, and everything is around these ceremonies.
First 7 years we did a lot of collaboration with indigenous tribes, and we always did our ceremonies in teepees. And then I built a temple, and our first temple burned down on the night of my 35th birthday. And that is also where me and Maya decided to build a new temple, and that is the Temple of Nature.
The Nature Temple is this amazing artwork where all our ceremonies take place, and it's really built with devotion by Mark and me, and by many volunteers. I think in total maybe 300-400 people joined in the last 10 years.
I made the design, how to build it. I learned a lot from YouTube. I'm completely autodidact. I have this engineering background, but I never built a roundhouse. I never worked so much with wood. So for me to see that after so many love and devotion and time and so many people helped out, to see that we can be here with a fire and with a beautiful dome under the trees, it gives me so much satisfaction. And on the moment when I can welcome brothers and sisters from all corners of this world into this temple, it gives me so much fulfillment, it gives me so much joy, it gives me so much pleasure.
Very much different people actually come to our private retreats, but there are some things that a lot of people have in common. This is, for instance, that they do a lot of research about magic mushrooms, psychedelics, and what it can do for you, how it can benefit your life, how it can benefit your relationships, your health, your purpose in life, how it gives you meaning, how you really can connect with yourself on a deeper level.
Most of them is like they come because they want to expand their consciousness. They come to a point in life that they have everything taken care of. Their kids maybe went out of house, they have a steady relationship, and they feel, is this all? Is there not a deeper meaning into this life? And maybe people who did 10 years of meditation, and on the moment when they come to our center and they have this experience, then it is really transforming them. And that is really beautiful to be a witness of that, to be part of that. And that gives me so much pleasure, so much meaning.
People join our ceremonies, our private ceremonies, because often they heard it from somebody they know, and they already know that they're in good hands, and they already know they will have this amazing experience.
What I've been noticing is that a lot of people who come to the private session, they want to deepen their connection with themselves, with their surroundings, with their family, with nature, with the mystery of creation. They want to become more aware, conscious human beings who can live their life in responsibility, who can live their life in more love, more compassion, more integrity, and be more centered around their heart, so they can make decisions based upon their own inner knowing. So to be a human being that lives a more wholesome life. They come from all over the world because they realize how important safety is. And one aspect of safety is that it's legal, because then you are sure that you will not be interfered by authorities. And also one of the reasons why people come to us, because they realize that the Earth Awareness Center, it is not a startup. It's like nowadays we see that there is, like in the psychedelic movement, there is a psychedelic industry, and that is really since 5 years. But because I've been working with this medicine for 25 years, I've been developing a lot of different skills. And one of the things that really makes us so special is that we had the time to develop all these skills, because certain things in life, you don't learn them in 5 years. You don't learn them in 10 years. It really takes 15 or 20 years to really close the circle. And that is what we can offer to you, that we open our circle where you are welcome.
I personally can bring many things to the table. Depending on the person who I'm with, I can be really supportive. I can be the silent one in the back that just watches over you. But all the time I make sure that you're safe and that you get where you come from, actually. You can expect that I treat you with honesty, that everything that we share is confidential. Our communication will be clear and open, and I will take care for you on a very warm-hearted way.
So how it practically works is that one thing that is really important, that if you feel the calling to journey work with magic mushrooms, that you find a good spot, so that your setting is ideal and that you find a guide. And it's like this match, it is really important that it is based upon the foundation of trust. So on the moment when you feel that you are resonating with what we have to offer, then you can contact us, then you can fill in an application form, and that is also an health screening, because it goes both ways. It's not only about that you resonate with us, we also need to resonate with you, because we're gonna have an experience that is really intimate. It's important that you can really open up, that you can be vulnerable, and that also I can be your guide, that I feel that we can make this connection, that we can make this collaboration, and that we're gonna do the work together, that what I have to offer, that you can receive it. So then we make a phone call, And on the moment when we had the phone call and we still both feel that we want to continue, then we're gonna pick a date.
I also want to mention that book a little bit early. It's really nice to have a real preparation time to make the most out of the experience, and booking early is really helpful. Further, I can tell you that our private ceremonies are all included. This means a pickup service from the nearest train station. If you want to be picked up from the airport, that is sometimes possible, so we just need to talk about that. And also the mushrooms are included, your sleeping accommodation is included, and the food and drinks are included.
So if you come from far, that Schiphol, you land in Amsterdam, and our center is like a little bit over 1 hour and 10 minutes away. So if you take the train, then somebody will pick you up from the train station. In the end of the afternoon, most of the times, then you have some time to settle in here. We will have some tea. You can connect a little bit to the temple. There is like your bed is in the temple also, where you can stay, where you can sleep. So that is really that the temple has been reserved for you and your experience with the mushrooms. After that, we're going to start the session, the ceremony. Most of the times it's around the beginning of the evening also, and it will take around 6 hours. After that there will be soup, so you will eat something and then you can go to bed and you can sleep in the temple. And that is such a beautiful thing, if you can sleep in the space where you have been doing ceremony, and that in the morning when you wake up in the temple with the chattering of the birds, and that makes it a wholesome experience. You don't have to rush, you don't have to go away. And then in the morning there is the breakfast, the integration checkup, and then we bring you back to the station. And after that, after 1 week, we will contact you to see how you are doing, and if it's necessary we can have a phone call or see what needs to be done to make sure that this experience is beneficial for your own well-being.
For me, it's really fulfilling to see people changing, to see people make real steps in their life, to receive an email or a phone call later when people say, I have now contact again with my mother and father, I have now found the job of my life, the real steps that matter in life, and this is what gives me a lot of fulfillment.
It is really important that you cultivate trust. That on the moment, for example, when you are thinking about doing a mushroom session and you get these goosebumps, that you get this feeling from inside, that you feel this calling, that you trust it. That you trust it in your heart. And that doubt, that you don't give it space. That you trust the process, that you trust yourself, and that you trust the mushrooms.